we see Ramesseum temple. Ramesseum, the funeral temple of Ramesses II or Ramesses the Great. This temple is 3,300 years old. To the left side is the Valley of the Nobles, the tombs of the VIPs.
Oldukça ilginç yapılarla.
300 tombs in this valley. Unfortunately, many of them were destroyed when locals built their houses on the top of the tombs and they lived in it. They did not believe it's a historical or religious site. They believe this is a pagan religion. How far?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
15
Böyle trenle gidiyoruz. Hatşepsut'un mezarına geldik şimdi. Hatşepsut'un mezarına gideceğiz şimdi binanın içine.
We call it now Al Deir al-Bahari. Al Deir al-Bahari, Arabics mean northern monastery, since it was recycled by Copts. Copts, I mean the Christians of Egypt. So when the Arabs came to Egypt 700 AD, they saw the Christian monks living in it, so they called it Deir. Her temple was the funeral temple for praying after death, and her temple is famous for its design that looks like a modern building. This is the only temple built in ancient Egypt on 3 levels, 3 floors. Egyptian temples were plain, flat, just 1 level. You've been to Edfu, Komombo, Philae, and Karnak, Luxor temple, just 1 floor. This is famous for the design, famous for the sitting, looks carved into the mountain. In fact, it was not. The temple was built in front of the mountain, out of it. 3 floors, ramps and steps in the middle leading up to the second, and other ones leading up to the third. The first and the third ones were very much broken, were very much restored in the last 100 years, but the middle one, particularly the extreme right side, it has the best preserved colors. This is where you see the chapel of Anubis. You know Anubis? The jackal-headed god, the god of mummification. And this is where we're supposed to see pictures of Hatshepsut praying to Anubis, making offerings to Ammon. زي ابن آوى أو اللي هو زي dog كده. Supposed to see her pictures. Supposed because after 20 years on the throne of Egypt, her 7-year-old stepson became 27, and he was very angry. He lost the power of his father for many years, so he might have killed her. We're not sure, but we know that he was very angry, and he destroyed her images, pictures, and statues. So there was a statue of Hatshepsut in front of each pillar at the top floor. Now we can see ruins of 8 or 9, and they're nearly new. By the way, it's too much restoration work had been done to the temple of Queen Hatshepsut, and you can easily find out which is old, which is new. Old stone usually dark, new is lighter. Old is broken, cracked, new is much more intact. Old walls have pictures, paints, carvings, new is plain. So at the end, my friends, we never repaint, we never recarve. This is good to know, since either now or later in the Valley of the Kings, you're going to see colors and paints yani seen painted like a week ago. They are original, never touch it up. At the end of the third floor, it was the sanctuary of the temple, the holy of the holies, which was carved into the mountain. It's a little tiny room, had the statue of the god, which is gone, but it has beautiful colors and pictures. Around the temple, we see many caves, holes. They were just tombs of the workers. Those who built the temple long time ago were buried next to it. Small little tiny caves, nothing inside. Around them is the wide track leads up to the top of the Valley of the Kings. Tourists used to hike it on foot, on donkeys, until 2005, not anymore. Safety and security. Down there, my friends, down there, my friends, we have two buildings. The dark one, the tomb of Montomhat. Montomhat was the mayor of Luxor 650 BC. And the other building to the right, which looks like a mosque, it's not. It's a rest house for European archaeologists to stay in during the excavation work. My friends, this is real Egypt, green and fertile for 7, 8, maximum 10 kilometers. And then the rest of Egypt, as you see, yellow deserts. 102 million, and we live on the tiny banks around the river, less than 10% of Egypt. We like children since Ramesses II. It's old history. Now, my friends, I'm gonna give you free time to walk down the temple to take pictures. It's already paid for the train for both ways. So do not walk.
Evet, şu anda tapınağa tırmanıyoruz. İkinci katı. Hatşepsut'un yeri. Dışarıda hava 28 derece. Şubat ayındayız. Daha hava 28 derece. Fotoğraflardan belki fark etmişsinizdir. Kış ayı olduğu için özellikle Arap turistler ne yapıyor? Montlarla dolaşıyorlar. Bizim için oldukça sıcak ama onlar sıcağa alıştığı için üşüyorlar bile üstlerinde montlarla. Kültürel turlar, yani kendi yerel halklarına özel turlar düzenlemişler ve Mısır olanlara bu bizim ödediğimiz bilet fiyatlarını oldukça ucuz, yani biz 200 ödüyorsak onlar 20 lira ödüyor mesela giriş ücreti. Amaç iç turizm, kültür turizmiyle canlandırmak. O yüzden etrafta Mısırlı turistler de çok, Arap turistler. O yüzden şaşırmayın, çünkü onlara kültürel tur için tarihlerini görüyorlar. Bu haliyle doluluk o. Yoksa normalde buralarda iğne atsanız yere düşmez turistik zamanda. Videolara bakarsanız genelde tapınaklar tek kat üzerine kurulmuştu. Bakın Luksor'daki bu tapınak ilk örneklerindenmiş. Birden fazla kat üzerine kurulmuş ve mezar ikinci katta. Oraya çıktık şimdi. Gezeceğiz. Ellerini oluşturup şöyle anahtarlar için. ماشي صوت
الحين اللي عقدتهم
Berlin, you were there, you can Deutsch? I studied in Berlin.